four directors are right up here to my right. And everyone else, if we could clear this area, 1 minute and counting.
Please, without further ado, introducing Mayor Sylvester Turner.
All right, let's get started. Good morning. Come on now, Moen. Good morning. And what a good morning it is. Look, let me just say good morning specifically to Alief. It is an incredibly exciting day here in Southwest Houston as we open the long-awaited Alief Neighborhood Center. Look, I'm thrilled to be joined by all of the elected officials. I know Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher is here, State Representative Hubert Foe, State Representative John Whitmire is here, all of the city council members. If you're a city council member, just stand up or wave or raise your hand. They're all here. But if you allow me to say it though, the most important council member for today is Council Member Tiffany Thomas. And quite frankly, I can't wait to hear her remarks. And then to all of the neighborhood and civic leaders, community leaders, faith-based leaders in the Alief area. Let me give a special shout out to all of the folk in Alief who have just been very patient, but very focused in making this day happen. And Barbara in many ways symbolizes kind of like everybody. Where's Barbara Quadro? I know we've got a lot of faith-based and leaders out here, but Barbara, you can now get off my ass. To the folk, to the community leaders that have been out here for years, and then I want to give a special. All right, if y'all gonna be up here now, y'all gotta be quiet. And to those who wanted to see this day happen, but are no longer here, I want to give a special thank you to them in their honor, in their name, because there are a lot of people who were a part of this, who wanted this day to happen, but it did not happen in their lifetime. And so for them, we want to give a special thanks. And then there were people who helped to make this day happen, but are not living here now. They are somewhere else. And so we want to thank them as well. The point is, it has been a collective effort by those who are here today and those who are not here today. Alief Neighborhood Center is the culmination of incredible teamwork between multiple city departments as well as our citizens who are fierce advocates of their neighborhood. The first of its kind in Houston, the Alief Neighborhood Center is, well, when I came in, it was 20 years in the making. And when the idea was presented to my administration, I said that it was pretty much time to stop talking about it and doing everything we could to make it happen. So we worked with various departments to move this project forward to get it built. And today is the culmination of all the ideas, the work, and community feedback. And I'm proud to say we've been able to make this day happen. During the tenure of the previous park director, Joe Turner, along with Houston Health Department Director Stephen Williams and the Houston Public Library Executive Director, Dr. Rhea Lawson, the synergy for this tri-department project was born. And so I want to especially acknowledge them. Joe Turner at the time, Director Stephen Williams, where's Director Stephen Williams? There, the one under the mask, and Dr. Rhea Lawson. Directors Turner, Williams, and Dr. Lawson, with support from the General Services Department, set in motion the concept that one multi-functional center utilizing civic parkland in the Alief community would best serve our community members by connecting and providing services, including recreation, health, literacy, learning, and technology in one space. This innovative new neighborhood center is built on teamwork from the ground up, and the diversity of this space reflects the diversity of Alief, which reflects the diversity of the city of Houston. This 70,000 square foot facility is bringing 3 departments under one roof: the Houston Public Library, the Houston Health Department, and the Houston Parks Department, with the underlying support of our General Service team to create a one-stop shop for Alief residents seeking many different services. This project is 100% funded by the city of Houston. $58.5 million, equally split by the Houston Public Library, the Houston Health Department, and the Houston Parks and Recreation Department. And so again, I want to give special thanks to the departments, but I also want to give special thanks to every member of City Council that has supported this project as we gather today. I want to give credit where credit is due to the city's General Services Department for managing gymnasium, weight room, and indoor walking track are open for the public. Registration, though, is required. Sports and recreation leagues for youth and adults, as well as fitness classes, leisure and educational activities for seniors, and swim programs will be coming soon to Alief. I encourage you to connect with one of our friendly recreation and wellness center employees during your visit today to learn more about. Was not able to join us today to see the next phase of the Alief David M. Hennington Regional Library. However, 2 of his sons are here. Mark Hennington and his wife Belinda drove in from Fort Worth. Where's Mark? As well as local Houstonians, Gib Hennington and his wife Sharon are here for the ceremony. Gib, where are you? To our patrons, I am truly honored to be remembered for doing a small part to help make that happen. And we are so honored to salute him today. Lastly, before I start, will get done in this year, or will you pass it to someone else? Well, 2023.
Pages of remarks, but I decided to speak from my heart because not only do I have the pleasure of representing you, I live here too. Not only do I have the pleasure of driving by here, but I purchased my home. Now, you'll hear from today is our super neighborhood President Barbara Washington. And today we get to celebrate, and people who ain't never been to the West Side came to the West Side today. They know where we at now. So the mayor is absolutely correct, and let me publicly acknowledge him because there has not been one moment that I have called him that he has never returned my phone call. Not for one. Even when he was in the midst of treatment for his own personal in the hospital. And I was like, do you sure we need to take this phone call at this time? But I want to tell you the level of commitment he has to making sure that District F is no longer forgotten. The amount of resources, the amount of attention, the amount of projects and infrastructure, not just the center we see today. It's all coming to District F because we deserve it. So I want to thank you for that. You know, he's from Acres Home, so he came to the South Side, so we got to show him some love. You know, the North Side and the South Side, we don't sometimes play well. We don't sometimes play well. So Thank you for that. I also want to thank the directors. Let me tell you, without the directors and their staff, they're probably sick and tired of my emails. What are we doing? Where are we at? When is it getting started? But I will tell you today, you're going to see the level of excellence when you walk into this center because of the departments. So there's people that probably have not been mentioned that have been hands-on on this program and this project, and I want to thank them too. And I especially want to thank CJ Messiah and the GSD team, from his chief of staff, Enid, Dimitri, Richard. It's right before COVID hit. Barbara Quattro probably was hemming up Dimitri and Richard. And if you know Barbara Quattro, she's not scared to hem you up. She said, we got to get it done. Is this going to happen? And slowly but surely, every update that I've been able to provide to you is because of the GSD department being very focused on every landscaping project, from the lights to security, all of those updates. They've made this a priority. So I want you to know we have been in good hands. But I want to put a call to action out to each of you. The Super Neighborhood 25, Barbara Quattro, all of the comrades along the way, they got us to this point. But now it's your responsibility to get us to the next line. Oftentimes, and especially when I became your council member and I told them where District F was, because nobody knows where District F is, and I said Alief, oftentimes I met with, oh, Alief. And people were resistant to looking at us as whole people, looking at us as human, right? This isn't an example that we deserve all of that and more. No matter if you are here by choice or by circumstance, you deserve all of the good things. But now they got us here, you gotta take us to the next place. It's your responsibility to make sure that we maintain our center. It's your responsibility to protect the green spaces that we worked so hard to give you. It's your responsibility. You don't have to ask me who's gonna take care of it. You are. You don't have to email me about the broken light. You call 311 because this is ours. Let's celebrate it, but let's know that we all have a responsibility in building our community. I want to especially thank the Hennington family for showing up and allowing us to, use your family name and make sure that we make your family name proud. This library is one of the highest utilized libraries in the city. So we're going to continue to put resources here. I'm not going to spoil it, but the tech link is off the chain.
Cynthia Young, and please welcome them. And we could never have done all of this without having people to support us. And I especially want to call out Kevin Cavetta and Frank Garcia sitting there, Tony Wolski, Natalie, where are you? Natalie Hurtado. So we have, and Jose Gonzalez, are you here, Jose? And Roland Gramajo. These are just some of the people that anytime I call them on the phone, it might be the night before an event, they step up. So thank you for everything you've done for this neighborhood. A lot of people don't even know the super neighborhoods exist. And I want to give a brief history of that so that maybe you can join us. The concepts of super neighborhood was started by Lee Brown in his administration, and the purpose was to get things to a community level, to encourage cooperation and solve problems at a community level rather than a citywide level. Our super neighborhood was officially recognized in June 2000. With that recognition, the original founders of the Alief super neighborhood, which included Dan Herna and Henry Williams, those people continued their asks to the city of what they wanted done. And among other things was to expand the library, because it was at that time the most heavily used library outside of downtown. They asked for a multi-service center and more park space. So they were on their way and they were asking for those things, but this just made it a formal request. 3 mayors after the super neighborhood was recognized by the city, we finally got a meeting with the city to discuss the multi-service center. The city proposed an innovative idea: 3 departments in 1 location. Joe Turner was in that meeting, and I remember turning to Joe with this look on my face like, you know, this ain't never gonna work, because at that time, none of these departments were really known for talking to one another, and they didn't really play well together. So I was confused and didn't know if this was going to work or not, but hey, it was a start, so we were all in. We just didn't sit around waiting for this. As the mayor said, I've been known to make requests and keep making requests when we need something. So in between the start of the super neighborhood and afterwards, we managed to acquire Hackberry Park. That was Joe Turner did that. We widened Kirkwood, High Star, and Cook. We increased the Hennington Library hours. We added officers to the West Side Command, and we installed street lighting along the main corridors here, if they even get that far. There were roadblocks along the way. There were people in our own neighborhood that opposed the library, moving the library, and they didn't necessarily want a multi-service center. And there was that little detail of getting a multi-million-dollar bond passed citywide, just wasn't for us. And then the plans for the building had to be changed because this was declared a 500-year floodplain, so that changed the elevation plan, so the building plans had to change. To their credit, the city departments, including especially GSA services and the architects, they were completely hands-on in this deal. They had all kinds of meetings with everybody to see what we actually wanted. I remember going to a meeting with it was all skateboarders. I was the only one there that didn't bring a board. So, and half of the terms that they were using there, I had no clue. But obviously, since these kids have been sneaking in ever since it was finished, they got what they wanted. This building right here is physical proof that if we stand together, if we unite, and if we persist, emphasis on persist, we can get things done. Alief can do it. Now we've got bragging rights. I see all the other council members kind of jealous looking because they want one in their neighborhood. Aha, we got ours first. So there's still other things that need to be done in Alief. And one of those things is a year-round pool. We're going to need federal and or county money. I'm looking at you, Representative Fletcher. But this is going to change Alief. We're going to have our meetings here. They're on the 4th Tuesday of every month. We have some flyers that we're handing out to remind you when we have them. And it's going to change Alief. We want you to be part of that change. Come join us. I'm getting a little long in the tooth to be doing this, so we need some young people to help us out. We did find a wonderful use for our money. We're Alief proud. We did it.
Come on, give it up to Barbara Crawford. Give it up to Barbara Crawford. Come on, you can do better than that. Give it up to Barbara Crawford. Look, let me do this and a few more speakers, and then I want you to go in and take a look at the Alief Neighborhood Center. It is state of the art. Texas Monthly and others have already written about it, and it's beautifully done. I also want to underscore that when I came into office, I said I didn't want to be the mayor of two cities in one, of have and have not. And we identified 10 what we call complete communities. Communities that had been overlooked and under-resourced for decades. Alief happened to be one of those complete communities. Today, we are fulfilling our promise of investing in those complete communities. This Alief Neighborhood Center is being built in one of those 10 big communities. Shannon Bubbs is the director. Shannon is the director of complete communities. And if I might add, 2 weeks from today, we will be in District D, where we will cut the ribbon on the sunny side multi-service center as well. Now, you heard Barbara say that the work is not done. You heard the council members say there's still things to do, which means, you need additional partners that have the capability of providing additional money. So these speakers that I'm calling for are being called with a reason and a purpose in mind.
Runs our show here in Houston, Shirley Martinez, born and raised in Alief, graduate of Elsick High School. We are here at back home in Alief, and I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled. And I just want to say this, I want to thank Barbara Quattro, I want to thank Councilmember Thomas for the leadership, the tenacity, the vision, and what I see standing here is what makes me so proud to go to Washington back and forth just about every week and represent this community in the United States Congress. This is the most diverse community in America. This is a community that uses that diversity as a strength, that comes together, that works together, the collaboration we've heard about from the city departments, from city council, everybody working together for the betterment of the people who live and work here. That's what it's all about. It takes vision, it takes leadership, and we have incredible leaders here today, and it takes community. It takes all of us coming together to know that we are stronger than any challenge that might come our way, I don't know, like Hurricane Harvey, and that we can use the lessons from those challenges to create something incredible. And the vision, the things that exist on this 30-acre campus, the vision of bringing together these community services, of bringing together, of building outside of the floodplain to make sure that we're not going to have some of the problems we've had before, using our experience, all of our diverse experiences together to make a home for everyone is what this community is all about, and I could not be more proud to be a part of it and to represent you all in Washington, D.C. So thank you so much for including me this morning, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I look forward to working with you, to serving you, and to, yes, helping bring the resources and the things that we need to keep us moving forward. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher, and she has been an incredible partner working with the city of Houston. And now someone else who represents this area in the legislature as your state representative, who I had the privilege of working with when I was in the legislature, who serves this area for almost 20 years, going on 21, and that's none other than Representative Hewitt Vogt.
Thank you, Mayor Turner. As I stand here and look at all of you, I remember the very first day when my family came to this area, to Alief. And when we came here, people asked me, where's Alief? I remember by that time, way back in 1978, Bellaire stopped over at Kirkwood, and there's nothing else beyond it. So you can see the transformation today, and I'm very proud to be here to also witness the transformation of this area with its own library and its campus and everything else. The center will offer a safe place for our children, family, and friends to come together and enjoy the resources it has to offer. And I can say that, we can say that this center is a physical embodiment of our efforts to bring resources to all walks of life. Again, very proud to be here this morning. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Representative Hewitt Vogt. You know, Parks Department is always in need of additional money. Let me give a shout out to Senator John Whitmire. There are $33 billion that they have that they're trying to spend. More grants put in the State Parks Department to provide funding to urban parks like Alief, you know, would go a long, long way. Just saying, you know, just a thought. You know, look, I do want to acknowledge the artists. There were 3 special artists that provided 2 mirrors on the inside and then that artwork that's right behind you. And so where are the three artists? I know that they're here. Where are the three artists? Where are they? Soak things in. And as we move forward in 2023, I intend just to soak things in. This is a very special project, very well done. And again, to CJ and to General Services, I want to thank you. To Susan Christian and Special Events for setting it up today. And as we move, and I did want to acknowledge Christian Menifee, the Harris County Attorney. Christian Menifee, thank you for being here. And I asked them to stand, but because we are partners in this thing, and you don't make it happen without your council members. I do want them to kind of come and kind of line up so you can see them. Let me start off with Mayor Pro Tem Dave Martin, if you'll come on up. Edward Pollard of District J, Dave Robertson at large, Councilmember Letitia Plummer, come on up. Councilmember Sally Alcorn, Councilmember Tarsha Jackson from District B, Councilmember Amy Pat from District A, Vice Chair Martha Castek Tatum. Did I leave out anybody? And if you will, I want you all to kind of stand. If you'll come and stand up, and then Councilmember Tiffany told me if you'll stand up in the center of them. If you will, give it up to these council members who have to make things happen. And have been out here, so I really wanted you to get a chance to kind of see the folk who I have the privilege of working with every single day, and thank them. So thank you all so very much. And then lastly, if you all will go back or step out. I also want to let you see all of the directors who are here. So from the mayor's office, people with disability active functions, if you'll come on up. All my directors, again, health department, library, recreation, if you all will step forward, GHD, mayor's office of cultural affairs, kind of get out in the center, neighborhoods, and the into the city, economic development officer, my housing, communication, education. I tell you, if y'all would just kind of all right, thank you, Margaret Wiley Brown. Now the superintendent of Alief Independent School District, Dr. Mays. Give it up to the superintendent of Alief. Okay, y'all got that picture? Dr. Mays taking, he's a good brother. He's an Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.